Hello YouTube! I am here today to discuss Star Detective Precure. The first 4 episodes have aired. I've watched them all. I'll give you my verdict. I'm loving it. Absolutely. I was a little iffy on episode 1, if you remember. I said it was good, but I got to see where they were taking it. Episode 2, I was immediately sold. This season's off to a great start. There's no slow start, no nothing. We're right in on the good times from the jump. Thank goodness. Hallelujah. For starters, I'll say I've been keeping track of every time I've been able to solve the cases in the episodes. You'll remember in my episode 1 reaction video, I could not solve that first case. I was still trying to figure out what was going on in the show. I was too distracted. But I knew from episode 2 onward, we'd have a case per week and I'd be having to solve them. And that's been so much fun for me. That's been like the main appeal of the show, really. Trying to solve these cases with the girls, because they do leave the clues in there. They leave them throughout and they give you all the bits and pieces. And the cutoff for solving it or not solving it is when they have that feather sequence where they're like, oh, we solved it, we got the answer. So if I can piece it together before that, I'll count it as solved. So I did not solve episode 1. I did solve episode 2. I couldn't figure out the exact mechanics of how it went down, but I called the culprit. Episode 3, I figured it out just before we had our cutoff, and I was like, oh, I got it as soon as the girls got it too, basically. Better late than never. But then this is episode 4, I could not for the life of me figure it out. I think episode 4 was the weakest mystery of them all, because what do you mean? Painting? I don't know, it made no sense to me. And I was kind of like, okay, so how are these vegetables all of a sudden sprouting when we saw them earlier and they look just fine? Like, we gotta have a little consistency here so I can play along with the girls. I feel like episode 4, it was the least consistent of all the mysteries, but the episode was fun nonetheless. And like, it made sense when it was solved, but I don't think they made it very solvable. And before I get into the characters, I also have to call out the music on this season. The background music, the transformation music, it's all almost distractingly fantastic. I've never been one to call the music, but it's added so much to the experience this season. I love all of the music here. Besides the opening and the ending, I'm afraid to say they're not clicking with me. But I'm like, how do we have this music so strong in this season? Like, where was this last season in the Idol season? But like every single little musical beat they have in this season, it's like they've perfected it. I can't believe it. I might have to go seek it out and just play it while I'm at home doing some nonsense. Our main characters are Cure Answer and Cure Mystique. And if I have to hold one thing against the show, you see I'm not giving them their own sections. I can't tell the two girls apart unless I'm looking at them visually. And even then, if you're watching the show casually, they're not visually distinct enough to where you couldn't get them confused. But I'm watching very closely. But if I wasn't, I think I'd get the two girls confused.
Editing me here, just to add a point to this, I was most confused by how Cure Answer, our lead purple Cure, she has pink hair in her civilian form. And Cure Mystique, our other Cure, who is the pink Cure, she has like dark pink hair in her civilian form. So it's like getting them flip-flopped, and it adds to all sorts of confusion. I think it was a mistake in character design.
Like, I know there's a duo, for sure, but personality-wise, they're not distinct enough. We're 4 episodes in, so it's fine for now, but I have to point it out. That's what I'm feeling while we're at this place in time, but the show's doing everything else so fantastic. I'm okay with it. Like, I like following them and I like seeing them solve these cases. They're both invested in their detective work, so I get the gist of it. Like, okay, I'm here for you two enough, to where I'm not like, who are these girls? But I could use a little more characterization, at least individually. Like, who are you people? We got hints of it in the first episode. Cure Mystique, she was kind of pointed out to be funnier, and I don't think we've really gotten that. I thought she'd have more comedic moments, but she's really just been here. Like, I think Cure Mystique's supposed to be our more outspoken Cure, and I think Cure Answer is supposed to be our sweeter, softer Cure. I think that's what I've gathered, but we could use some work here on the characterization. That's what I'll leave it at. It's not a sticking point for me at this point in the season, but stay tuned for later. We'll see how that goes. We've not gotten Cure Eclair, but we do have Cure Arcana Shadow. She is with the villains, and they refer to her in her Cure name, but we've not seen her Cure transformation. We've seen her tag along with the villains twice now, and she's proven to be a pretty good detective. She just sits there eating her ice cream with her little fairy mascot alongside her. And I have to say, the villains have absolutely been the best part of this season. All of them. All of them. But especially with this Cure Arcana Shadow in the mix, who is an evil Cure, just tagging along very casually, has added a lot of intrigue into the show. And I am very excited to see what's to come with this character particularly. This is not something we've really done on Precure since, I guess, Heartcatch Precure with Dark Precure. But this is a little different, I'd say. What's she gonna do? When she's gonna get in the action? When she's gonna switch sides? Is she gonna switch sides? She'll switch sides, please. They got her dancing in the end. And I love her little fairy tag-along, too. I don't remember the name. I'm not gonna look it up. But very fun pair. Okay, I'll switch back to the villains in a second, but I want to get out of the way. Jet, he debuted in the second episode. He's a mad scientist. He's 500 years old, I think. I don't remember. He's kind of leading the girls as the detective agency, mad scientist sort of figure. And I do not like him. It's not a knock against the show, but his whole character is having a big ego, and he clearly feels like he's smarter and better than everybody. And he gave the girls this walkie-talkie that's in his fairy form. Like, you're so full of yourself. Jesus Christ. And it's fun to hate on him. It's really fun to hate on him. I'm like, oh, get this loser off my screen. It's not a like, you're ruining the show hate. It's like a fun hate. Like, do you ever just want a character on your screen who's not like actively killing the vibe, but it's like, gosh, you really rubbed me the wrong way and I want to talk my trash about you. That's this character for me so far. He's really fun to talk trash about. And he's given me so much material because he just has an air about himself where I want to see you get humbled and I want to see you have some pie in your face or something. Like, oh my gosh, you're making all this stuff in your image. Gee, who do you think you are? Just old and bitter. Goodness. So back to the villains, which I guess Jet is a villain in my mind, so it wasn't too far off. Niji. Oh my gosh. Go watch my reaction to Niji showing up. It's been the same. This is an icon of our times. Just a fierce, fabulous villain. And he's kind of down on his luck right now. He failed twice. They're keeping him off the board. But come on, let's get you back in the mix, diva. Ugh. Definitely my favorite character of the season so far. But you know what? His replacement, Agasine, how do I pronounce his name? I don't remember. That was a week ago. She's also iconic. She's so fun. She's so fierce. And her dynamic with Niji was so fun. Like, the bickering with the villains this season is so fresh. It's so fun. I'm loving this villainous energy this season. I can't tell you the last... I've liked the villains the past few seasons, but I love the villains this season. Like, they're stealing the show. We also got Goemon in this new episode, and I thought he was pretty fun. He was very stupid. Cure Arcana Shadow had to give him all the answers, which I thought was a funny little twist on things. And I liked that spin on it, where instead of doing the disguise thing that we've done the past few episodes, it was a chase to see which side would get the bag first. They're keeping it fresh on us. They're switching up the format. I think that's what kept me on my toes from solving it, really. That's really all the characters I need to talk about, so I'll do a little bit of theorizing. So Anna, in this new episode, she was talking about the future a bit openly, saying, oh, this manga creator is gonna become successful. And I'm wondering, is she gonna accidentally change the future? I don't really think that's the vibe we're going for here. They haven't put too much emphasis on time travel antics. I think we're just here in the 90s and that's just our setting. But I would not be shocked if she ended up changing the future and that played a part in this. If we got time traveling here, surely something's gonna change. I don't know. I've got my eye on her though. Like, I think you're talking too much. The butterfly effect. I've watched my fair share of time travel stuff. I know this is trouble. So, Cure Arcana Shadow. She seems to be much smarter than all the other villains. I'm kind of thinking she might be playing double agent. She doesn't seem brainwashed. She seems to very much have her own agency, and her fairy is just loving, living life, having a grand old time, judging everybody. I think having her as a double agent would be a fun twist on things. So instead of being a plain villain or full out hero, she's just kind of in it for herself. I'm not really interested in watching another villain who just gets a cookie cutter redemption arc and then is back with the team and all's lovey-dovey. I'd like it to be a bit more complex, and I think we might be getting that here. I think she's playing double agent and she's playing her own game. She's not so much just fully on the side of the villains. Oh, another thing in episode 4, we got their solo moves. I thought they were both pretty fun. It was an odd time to debut those, but maybe they threw them in because things are about to get messy. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I like the solo moves. I like the transformation. I think all of those are pretty good this season. The transformation is still a little long, but like I said, I love the music so much. I just get lost in that and I have a vibe with it. It's not bothering me as much as the long transformation did in, say, Star Twinkle Precure. Oh, that was a slog to watch. I think that's all I've got to say for now, though. Loving the season. Can't wait to see where it goes. Very, very positive on the season right now. So until next time, stay tuned. Bye.